Peace. So to give a quick recap, this is part two of the reading. So I was basically saying that there are a group of individuals who are needing to clear out karmic debt, but there are also people who have cleared out their karmic debt and is needed to move forward in a new direction. Okay, there has been spiritual blockages, energetic blockages, psychological blockages, even physical blockages that have been preventing and prohibiting people from paying their dues or being reprimanded for paying their dues. Okay. And this is all spiritual based. Okay. We have Saturn and Pisces. So this is about restrictions, fears, anxieties, limitations that have been placed on a lot of people regarding their spirituality, but also the subconscious mind. All right. We have a group of individuals who will be placed in a position of spiritual authority to guide a lot of new, young, wandering, or lost souls into a place of healing. Okay. Collective healing during the age of Aquarius. All right. Let's get some more oracles pulled. All right, so we have Moonlight Goddess. Okay, again, this card represents emotional repression. So repressed emotions in the collective body is going to have to come up. Now, I was saying that we're moving out of a space-time where chaotic energy thrive, and we're moving towards an era where order is divine. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to have to address all of our repressed issues, all of our repressed emotions, things that have been prohibiting us from moving forward, from ascending, from evolving and advancing as a collective body, right? So during the age of Aquarius, a lot of healing will be taking place, and it's not going to be an easy transition at all. All right, it hasn't been, but a lot of people will be going into isolation. Okay, these are the people that owe karmic debts. A lot of people who owe karmic debts will be placed in spiritual or physical isolation to reflect on their energy, to reflect on their character, to reflect on their reputation, to reflect on their life's work, their purpose, okay, careers, okay. Even if you're the type of individual who knows that they are in the wrong career or have invested into the wrong career, you will have I don't want to place this energy on anyone. However, the truth is the truth, and that's Aquarius energy. All right, a lot of you are in positions that you are not supposed to be in, and you know it. All right, so a lot of people will be losing their jobs during age of Aquarius, early on in age of Aquarius. So within the next 3 years, I'm picking up 3 to 5 years, a lot of people will be losing their jobs. Okay, and it's not because I don't want people to keep looking at karma as a punishment, okay, but more so of energy balancing out and you being placed on the correct path. Okay, so losing your job, no matter how you lose your job, okay, that's your business. We're not here to judge. Well, I'm not here to judge you for why. Okay, because again, when I said in part one, okay, a lot of people fall short. A lot of people have been deceived. A lot of people have had attachments on them that they're needing to heal. There's just a lot of reasons for why, people are in the positions that they are in. Okay. But regardless of the fact, a lot of people will be losing their jobs. And then if it's not happening right now, it will definitely start to happen within the next 3 to 5 years, because a lot of people are in positions and in careers, okay, working jobs that they are not in alignment with, that they haven't been ordained to be in, or that doesn't resonate with their life path. All right. So again, uh, a lot of people will be losing out on their reputation and status as well. However that happens, however it manifests, again, I'm not here to judge anyone, okay? Because the past is the past. And with the age of Aquarius, we have to realign, redesign in order to have a future, to be honest, okay? So certain things have to be dismantled, certain things have to be reprimanded accordingly, okay? So a lot of people will be losing their jobs and reflecting on their life path and where they should be in life, okay? A lot of people will be sat down and put in isolation to reflect on their character, okay? Their design, okay? Because a lot of people don't know who they are, and we don't see how that is an issue, okay? People who do not know who they are, or they can't quite identify their character, their role or position in this world, okay, these are the type of people who have deep insecurities, subconscious insecurities that is playing out as competition and comparison, okay, and that is hindering us from evolving as a collective body. All right, these are just minute things, but the thing is, these minor things have become bigger than what they need to be. All right, so again, certain people's reputation will be going down, but the thing is, you can come back from any L, okay? Because we don't really lose anything. We learn. And when we learn, we can grow. When we learn, we can evolve. When we learn, we can realign. When we learn, we can get into alignment to where we need to be. And you can come back from anything. Because regardless of whether you're doing good or bad, people are going to talk. However, during the age of Aquarius, I personally feel that the level of empathy is going to increase. The level of understanding will increase. So if you understand yourself, you can understand what all is happening in the collective. If you can understand yourself and what all this world can be, then you can recognize everything externally outside of yourself as such as well. And this is necessary. All right, so we have mojo. A lot of people will be getting their mojo back. Why? Because people are going to start, instead of paying attention to things that are happening outside of you, the energy will resonate with reflection. So looking inward, looking at yourself in the mirror. Because again, a lot of times when people don't know who they are and they cannot personify their character or their role that is in alignment with their deep desires, with their subconscious desires, these people often tend to focus on everything outside of them instead of focusing on themselves. These are the type of people that compete with everything that exists outside of them, okay? Instead of looking at what all is happening within them and develop their own personality so that they won't have to feel like they have to compete with other people or compare themselves to other people in their life. Also about mojo, okay? So again, for those who have done their works, okay, and paid their dues, okay, they're gonna have a lot of motion, okay, and their reputation is going to be an accent of that. Their status is going to be an accent of that. Everything that they embody, okay, whether character, personality, or whatever they do is going to be an accent of the work that they have done. And they're going to channel a lot of motion and movement as a reward for doing their work, okay? So during the age of Aquarius, it's important and imperative to focus on yourself, okay? Because unless you do the individual work, you will never be able to do the relational work with people that you coexist with or people that you surround yourself with. Okay, if you don't build that relationship with yourself, if you are not confident in yourself, if you do not love on yourself, if you do not care for yourself, you will not be able to extend that to anything or anyone outside of you. And that doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but even with your career, your businesses, how you show up for work, okay? If you are not in alignment with yourself, or you don't have a full understanding of yourself, you will never be able to have a healthy relationship with your job, with your business, and with others. All right? All right, so unfortunately, a lot of people will be losing out. Like I said, a lot of people will be taking losses, but really it's for you to learn. It's not going to really be an L. And this is, I'm hoping that this particular reading reaches and falls upon the ears that it needs to, so that people can understand and overstand that you are not taking a loss. You are not being punished. There is just something in your energy that is needing to be cleared out. There is something in your energy or in your reality that you're needing to learn from. All right. Now, this process is going to consist of a lot of grieving. Why? Because when you lose out on your reputation, you're grieving an identity, and you're having to detach from an identity that you may have attached yourself to for a while. That's not easy. I can say for myself, okay, I'm going to use myself for an example here, okay? For 10 to 11 years, I was known as a barber, right? That was my personality. That's how I was identified in the public eye, as a barber. But I knew that I did not want to be known for being a barber for the rest of my life. No matter what I contributed to my entrepreneurial lifestyle, or what I contributed to my business, or what I contributed to my platforms, I knew that at some point in time, I did not want to be restricted and confined to that personality, right? So once I decided to step away from my barbering career, okay, I lost out on friends. I lost out on family. I lost out on my public image. I lost out on my reputation. I lost out on my position. However, I didn't see it as really a loss, although I had to grieve a lot of things that I had to lose during that process of separation, of detachment. But I also had to recognize that, okay, what am I going to learn from this, and how am I going to build upon this, so that when I show up in my next career, or when I show up as this next character, okay, when I assume this next role, okay, what lessons did I learn from those losses? Okay, during my grieving process and my dark night of the soul, what did I learn, and what lessons am I going to take with me, so that not only I can navigate accordingly, but how can I use this as assistance and support to others who are going through the same things, or who will eventually go through the same things? How can I be of assistance, okay, to the community? All right, Aquarius energy community. How can I be of assistance to community? How can I pour back into the community due to the healing work that I had to experience and endure? All right, because it wasn't a pretty process. It got ugly. It got confusing. I got lost. I started wandering. I started questioning a lot of things, not just things outside of myself, but my actual character. There were certain things that I needed to tweak about myself. And I realized and recognized that it wasn't the external world that was the issue. It was what is within me that needs to change, that needs to evolve, that needs to mature, that needs to grow, so that I not only better understand myself, but I can understand what all exists outside of me. Okay? And it can be sad when you lose out on your reputation, you know, especially if your reputation or status or role came with some sort of stability. Okay? So, you know, going through your dark night of the soul, going through healing and things like that, you can make it look as easy as you want it to look. However, in the background, it gets ugly. All right? It really does get ugly. It's not easy at all. Especially, again, if you have identified yourself with a specific character, personality, or role for so long. And for me, it was just 10 years. So imagine for someone, again, just using this as an example, imagine a barber who has identified themselves with that title or role for 30 years, for 40 years, and they're trying to pivot out of that. It's not easy to pivot. It's not easy to move on, okay? Because with routines and structures and systems, okay, we can oftentimes attach ourselves to that. And it's not easy breaking away from that. With our relationships, okay? You can be within a marriage for 20 or 30 years, okay? It's not easy pivoting out of a marriage. Okay, or out of a friendship dynamic. It's not easy pivoting outside of a community when it no longer resonates, when the marriage no longer resonates. Okay, when the community no longer resonates. Okay, with the environment that no longer resonates, with the lifestyle that no longer resonates, with the home that you're living in and no longer resonates. Okay, I was speaking on this in another reading. When it no longer resonates, you have to take some sort of L. Oh, okay, you have to learn something from it, value whatever it is that you have learned, and be able to pour that back into the community in some way, shape, or form, okay, that can allow you to heal, allow others to heal, but also so that you can be held in high honor, regard, and respect. And that's the full circle of whatever or what all this is, okay? And the thing about when you take L's too, okay, you have the power to resurrect yourself. That's Scorpio energy. We have Scorpio present, okay? You have the power to resurrect. I said that earlier, and I think I said that in part 1. No matter what L's you take, especially regarding your reputation and status, you can always come back from it. But you have to choose to come back from it, and you have to choose how you're going to come back from it. Because players fuck up. We all fuck up. That's the point and the purpose of us coming down here, to make mistakes, to lose things, to learn from it, to grow, and cycle that energy out and in and out and in. So yeah, if you owe some sort of debt, all right, you can come back from it if that's what you choose to do. But please understand that everything is a choice. We have choices. Now, I'm not going to say that there aren't external influences that contribute to those choices, but we all have a choice to make. And sometimes we have to do what's uncomfortable. We have to do the embarrassing thing. Okay? We have to do the shameful thing in order to rebuild, restructure, and resurrect from whatever that is, because it cannot be avoided. And that's the issue too. A lot of times we want to avoid, reality because we have not healed, or it's because we aren't ready to assume the responsibility. Now, that's the thing that will or has been questioned during Saturn in Pisces, is that, the energy you put out is the same energy you got to be able to take in return. Okay? The same things you put out into the universe, you got to be able to hold that yourself. So if you want to be held in high honor, if you want a high or a valuable reputation, if you want a clear status, you have to put that energy out there. And if you are not putting that energy out there, you have to be prepared for the day when it returns and comes back full circle. That's the 10th house of Capricorn, 10 energy. And you got to shake back. You got to come back from it. And again, all of our experiences are different. So again, like I said, none of our experiences are easy. Now, I will say that it is levels to all of this. It is. However, you can shake back. It just depends on your perception. It depends on your perception, how you carry things, how you think about things. Because listen, I spoke on my Twitter and I said that during Saturn and Pisces, and during the age of Aquarius, it won't be so much about who you know, because that was the thing, who you know. When we had, I think it was when the energy was in Capricorn, okay? So with Capricorn, it does, what matters most, or what used to matter the most, is who you know, right? Who you know mattered the most. That's how people connected. That's how people got their roles, their titles, and things like that. But we're now starting to see how that put a strain on humanity, but also how it has put a strain on us collectively. All right, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. Because just because you know someone, you are connected to someone, that does not necessarily mean that you meet or fit the description that is necessary for that job, title, role, status, whatever. Just because you know someone or you're connected with someone, that does not mean you have the capacity to fulfill that specific role. Okay? And we're starting to see how that has essentially led up to our declination in society and in our relationships as well. Whether, again, relationships consist of anything. I have a relationship with my phone. I have a relationship with my cards. I have a relationship with people, with environments, with everything. And you do too. But that way of thinking, that perception, okay, has contributed to the declination of our society. So we're moving out of who you know to how you think, because how you think is going to matter in these next 10 to 20 years. I'm also seeing 40 years. How you think is going to be very, very important. Because you can know whoever you know. You can know everyone in the world. But if you do not have the mental capacity, or you just don't have the matured thought processes that is necessary to be in certain positions, you're worthless. And things will go up in ruins because of how you think. And we're starting to see that, okay? There are people who have put their family in positions where they're like, well, dang, I wanted to look out for my people. However, the way that you think has not added value to whatever or what all I have going on. You're my friend. I want to look out for you. However, the way your mentality is, it doesn't contribute or add value to what I have going on. I may know you through this third party, okay? I may put you on. However, the way you think does not add value to what all I have going on. And people are starting to realize that or recognize that. I'm not going to say people are starting to, but people are starting to receive the backlash for it. All right? A lot, and this is happening in influx. So again, with small minute things that may have happened here and there has become a bigger issue, and oftentimes, unfortunately, once our issues become really really big, at that point radical changes need to happen, sudden events need to take place, certain things have to happen quickly, and that's Aquarius Uranus energy. Radical changes, unexpected events, okay, sudden changes. But yeah, how you see things, how you think is gonna contribute to your healing, but also it's gonna contribute to where we're heading as a collective body. Yeah, look, long term, all right? There has been talks about long-term investments. There has been recent talks about how we are going to succeed as a collective long term. And it has been understood that there is some changes that need to happen now. Now. All right? All right, so we have the Temptress coming out, okay? We're starting to see how I don't want to keep saying we're starting to see. It's just that this has, again, this whatever I'm speaking on has always been issues, like minor issues here and there, but it's giving that now it has become a bigger thing or a bigger issue. So we have the Temptress energy. So this Temptress energy, this could be Jezebel energy, okay? This could also be Jinn energy, okay? But deceitful, manipulative energies or entities, okay? So how we're seeing on a grand scale how deceptive and manipulative practices, energies, entities, contracts, practices, conversations, thinking in some way, shape, or form, how we have broken a promise to the higher ups, okay? Take that however it resonates. All right. By way of seduction, so with our overactive sacral energy, okay, a lot, if you notice, you know, maybe I would say like maybe 10 to 20 years ago, in certain religious communities, in certain cultures, all right, there were certain things that were just restricted when it came down to sexuality. Although there were still, again, we fall short, there were still events and situations that were happening, all right, but we're starting to see, like, I just, maybe this is just me being naive, but I'm starting to see more religious women, I'm having confirmation birds, certain religious women in certain religious groups how they are starting to break free and liberate themselves from feeling sexually restricted. I'll just put it in that manner or in that wording. Okay. But a lot of people have been influenced by seduction and tempting offers or temptation. Okay. Not saying that it's a bad thing, because I feel that everyone should be free. Okay. However that looks like. Of course, everyone should be free, but there's still also a level of discernment we have to use. And there are certain laws that we should abide by, certain systems and structures that we need to maintain order. Okay. Definitely we need balance. However, I feel that too much of a good thing can be bad. And that's kind of the energy that it's giving. Okay. But like I said, with the overstimulation and overactive sacral chakra that consists of the entire collective body, has contributed to a lot of things, a lot of broken promises, a lot of deceit, and a lot of manipulation. I will say that. I'm gonna get a couple more cards, and then I am going to end this part soon. All right, so we have thinking of you coming out. All right, a loving thought, serendipity. So if you are someone who is pivoting in or out of whatever this energy is, okay, there is someone who may be heavily considering you. Now, this, I'm picking up on a few scenarios. So if you are someone who has cleared karmic debt, you have people who are heavily considering you or thinking of you, or heavily considering you or thinking of you because you are someone who has gone through what someone is going through right now. And you may be offering some sort of assistance, guidance, or support to help someone through whatever they may be losing out on, whatever they may be grieving, whatever they may be learning. Okay. That's one scenario I'm picking up on. I'm also getting that someone, there's a group of individuals who owes a debt, who may be considering you or thinking of you. There may have been something that you may have said. I'm also hearing warned about. It may have been misrepresented or misunderstood, and it's given that someone is getting clarity about who you really are and what all your intentions are. All right. I'm also getting that thinking of you. Someone is considering you for or someone may be considering you as someone who has spiritual authority, or someone who may feel that you are of supreme spiritual mastery. So thinking of you like look up to you type of energy. You may have people who actually look up to you. All right. In some way, shape, form, or capacity here. But whatever it is, whoever is thinking of you, it's a loving thought. Okay. Very serendipitous. I'm also getting like memories. I'm seeing, I think it's the 6 of Cups energy or 6 of Wands energy, but someone is having memories. Okay, because remember I was saying that someone was considering something that you may have said in the past, and they're just having memories or like playbacks of what you may have said to them, what you may have shared. And I'm saying they're seeing it in a new light, because we have this light here, this sun here. Okay. they're seeing it in a different light. But we also have, remember I said perception and how you think. So there may be someone or a group of people who may be considering you in a new light or seeing you from a different perspective. Yeah, it's because you have achieved some sort of level of mastery here. All right. You have achieved something, or because achievements is the 10th house as well of Capricorn. All right. You have heavy influence as well. So you're someone who can easily influence someone. Now, you aren't the type of person, I'm not getting that you're the type of person that will influence someone to do bad. You may just encourage people to achieve like their best or better self. All right, that's kind of what I'm getting, because with this flower, it's giving me like lotus, enlightenment, higher self type of energy here. All right. And because you have achieved something here, you are about to experience an influx in luck. You're about to have a lot of good luck here. And this is part of your reward. This is part of you receiving some sort of justice. This is part of you being freed, okay, from a cycle. All right, because again, you've done your work, you paid your dues, you did the healing work. Okay, you took time off, you detached from a lot of things, you disconnected from the things that you didn't need to be around. All right, you grew through what you needed to grow through. You went through what you needed to grow through, okay? All right, so these are the last 3 cards I'm going to pull, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But we have intuitive communications coming in, 7 energy. So you may be the type of person who has built a bond with your spiritual team. All right, that's kind of what I'm getting. Like during your dark night of the soul, while you were doing your shadow work, while you were growing through whatever you went through, okay, not only did you obtain wisdom, not only did you become enlightened, not only did you receive insight, but you changed your perspective in a way that shaped your character, that added value to your personality, okay? And again, this may correspond with you building that reputation or building that relationship with your spiritual team here. All right. We have midsummer. So this isn't giving me a time. This isn't giving me time card. This is giving summer vibes, like, because I think in one of my other readings, I said something about like someone will be experiencing summer in the winter. So again, having motion, creating motion, having progress, moving forward. Someone may, like, you know, in the summertime, that's when all the vibes, like, you know, being on ships and going out and going to bars and hanging out with your people, you know, summer vibes, summer activities. So there is someone who's going to be doing summer activities in the winter time. All right. And this may be one of your blessings that's coming into, because like I said, there's a group of you all who will have options, okay? Different paths that you can go on. And this is part of you receiving some sort of justice. So some of you may decide to enjoy the summer. So if you are it's obviously the winter, right? So if you are in a cold state, like if you're up north somewhere, right, you may decide to travel down south, okay? If you are in like a cold environment, you may decide to travel overseas, okay, to have a certain experience, right? Because during the summertime, that's when a lot of people take vacations and they travel and stuff like that. And then also we're entering into a time where a lot of people are or will be taking vacations, because we have Christmas coming up. things like that. So someone will be experiencing some sort of prosperity, because summertime is about prosperous energy. It's like when I personally feel that a lot of the energy is heightened because the sun is at its peak at that point in time, right? And that's where we get our source energy from. And the last card that's coming out is legacy. Okay, you're someone who is trustworthy. Okay, you are someone who is inspirational. You fulfill people in some way, shape, form, or capacity. And you are someone who sees legacy in a unique way. So you may be the type of person who's going to change how the world views legacy building. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. Peace.